Hello, Bookington. This is your inventory update. I hope you find it as useful as I do. Let's get into it. Your main and biggest update is going to be the item use tracker and automath section, as everything that you put in the amount section here is going to automatically update and populate your inventory. So, what I mean by that is, let's say I am going to give a gem bundle. I give a gem bundle to Rocket because he wants something shiny. I'll put a 1 here in amount and you can see what happens. It has automatically just done the math that it uses 5 gems, but then also in your used section, it takes my 5 gems for me and it does the math. So I now have 18 gems left. So you can keep track of everything that you're giving, everything you're cooking, quest items, things like that. And then it will do the math for you rather than doing manual math, which I find very useful. I hope you do as well. However, there are some things that are manual and not magic math. You can tell what's manual by the dark blue on the inventory. Well, darker blue, it's pretty light blue still. And you can kind of tell what would be kind of manual. So your crops, when you're delegating your winter fruit and vegetable. So let's say I want actually just all 43 kale. I'm going to put that in kale, and then I will just automatically do the fake math because I don't want to do math at 3 a.m. right now for me. But I personally find it more useful to kind of hold off on delegating my vegetable versus fruit fight and just using my total crops for now. That might change in the future, but I feel like there's quite a few people who are like me as well. The next thing that is manual is the forageable items. And that is mainly because you can pick and choose what you want to use for the forage soup and for selling in the economy tab. So let's say I made a forage soup. I'll put a 1 here. It has automatically said that I used 2 forages. And then it will populate in my sold/cooked forageables. Sort your numbers. I gotta sort my number. I want to use 1 of each and I don't want to use both of my herbs. So I'm going to delegate manually that 1 and 1. I have 1 total forage left. That's fine. I'll earn more. But it will continue to have the 2 in this box. And that's fine because I will just have to check over time that my used math in the corner matches the number in my box. Pretty simple. I am going to delete this so that I don't forget, because I did not make soup today. The next thing in the item use tracker that might be a little confusing is just the wheat used section right underneath cake. So if I make a cake, it's going to automatically populate that I used my 20 fruit and my 1 wheat. This 0 is just because I don't have any wheat in my inventory. It's pulling from here. If I had 1 here, it would show a 1 here. And that's why it shows a -1 in the corner. So I'm just going to edit that again. And we'll go from there. So again, I'd put how many bundles I'm giving out as gifts. It's going to populate the math for me here and automatically subtract it into my used column. Math is fun. Now this is green, the meals fed, because it has to do with creatures, and you also just won't be putting any number into the 0 cell here next to meals fed because it's actually pulling, you can see from the top, it's going to pull the number from the creature tab, by how many meals you've actually given, and not you having to manually switch tabs to then put it in here, which I find helpful because then I don't have to switch tabs. It's automatically counting for me. But I do just want to mention it so that it's not that confusing. It might still be confusing. Let me know. The next thing is the bottom part, quest/loved gifts. So I put these together just because you might give them for quest items, but there also are some loved gifts in it. So polished gems, coffee, and lemonade are all loved gifts. So I combine them. I hope that's okay with you. But you can see I have a 4 here because I gave 4 fish to Rocket. And then because I put the 4 in here, you can see in my fish column, it automatically put a 4 in my used column. It did the math for me. I have 1 fish left over. I love sheet math that does everything for me. I hope you do too. If you want to customize things, you can. However, the functions are all kind of intense. I'll click on the total crops one so you can see what's going on. It is adding a bunch of things together on some different sheets as well, different tabs. So I'd be careful about messing with like the used and the available columns. But you can if you feel inclined. If you feel up to the challenge, go for it. Things you can delete. You can delete this. The information, if you know it, you don't need it. However, it might mess up if you like delete cells and shift up. That is going to mess up some of your functions, so be careful with that. You can delete crops fed to feed creatures if you would like to. You can also delete traded for polished gems if you would like to, as they're mainly just for information. I like having it on my personal tracker, which is why it's on my personal tracker. Because I just want to be able to see how many crops I've fed to my pets and how many gems I've actually traded in, rather than given out for gifts or things like that. So it's more of just like a tally for me personally. So you don't need it, but you can if you want to. The more the merrier. Let me see. I don't think there's truly anything else that I really need to go over. On the inventory tab, I think you're free to go. Thanks for coming to class. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, as long as I have power. I do literally mean electricity power. There's a storm coming. See ya.